like a pro. A spectacular sight as we approach our broadcast location in downtown Orlando through the air. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Well, Aaron Gordon is progressing as a shooter. He said, what I've done is connected my three, my pull-up, and my free throw. They're all the same shot now. I'm going to keep trusting my skill, and eventually it'll all come together. With my motor, I feel like whatever I'm doing out there, I can just keep going and going. Kevin?
Tremendous athleticism. Thanks, DA. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. And for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Markelle Fultz out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the 3. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Bounce pass from Paul. Adams finds Paul. Clock at 6. And the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the call will be against Fournier. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. Yes, that goes in. Adams has got the first basket of the game for the Thunder.
Many players will tell you Steven Adams is the strongest guy in the NBA. Boy, tough to corral when he's looking to score.
There's Gordon with the 3. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Now the Thunder with it. Here's Paul. Makes it off the glass.
Oh, he loves this. Just blows past defenders, takes it strong to the rack.
Fultz the pass to Fournier. Here's Vucevic. From down in the low post, it goes.
Well, there's a certain strength that Vucevic possesses, so he can play through the contact and still score. That's nice.
Floats one up. A nice shot by Gallinari.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive, scoring the ball.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Aminu comes in for Aaron Gordon. Ross, he's checked in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Markelle Fultz. The Thunder also changing it up. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. And Ferguson subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocks down the 3 ball.
DJ Augustine has turned himself into a feared three-point threat. Beautiful.
And a career high in scoring, Doris, for Terrence Ross last season.
Boy, he thrived in the instant offense role off the bench. This guy unleashed into an aggressive, assertive, shot-hunting scorer. What a season he had. Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
For 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And, Kev, this is exactly what you expect from DJ Augustine. This is why coaching staffs love him. He makes everyone better.
Here's Ferguson. Ball's knocked loose. It's Noel atop the key. And the shot goes in.
Oh, check out the handles. They're nasty. Spin move. Had his man grabbing for air.
Pass to Aminu. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The Magic making a switch here. Carter Williams is checked in, and Oklahoma City with a change here too. Schroeder's checked in. Doris, you and I enjoy discussing pure scores, great shooters, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impressed you.
Well, one young man who I think has got an offensive game that is really continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already is Zach LaVine. But probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time winner of the Six-Man Award, and that's Sweet Lou Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
As people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Noel against Augustine. Oh, that's blocked. But they get it back. Ross with the steal. Bamba inside. He's covered by Muscala. Passes it to Carter Williams. 1:05 left to play in the first. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Bamba. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Bamba. Gordon comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Fournier's checked in for Ross. And it's Fulton for Augustine. Then for the Thunder, Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Alinari comes in for Andre Robertson. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Ferguson. Here's Adams. Good on the bucket. Adams has got his second basket of the game.
Playing in a crowd is nothing unfamiliar to Steven Adams. In fact, I think he enjoys it.
Pass to Gordon. Down low. Here's Vucevic. Hits the jumper. Vucevic has got his second bucket of the night.
And this game already taking shape as an offensive battle.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
The Thunder shooting their first free throw of the night here. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Nader's checked in.
What's up?
And Adams, no good on that one.
Boy, there's just a brute strength and physicality about Steven Adams. This guy knows his role and plays it to perfection.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
The Thunder have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt early.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
Free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Lob pass to Gordon, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
So here's Gallinari. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Adams' shot is off.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Thunder lead by 4. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. And Chris talked about where all that started.
It's been a sort of long relationship, you know, and obviously me, Bron, Melo, D-Wade have all really gotten really close. And that stems from the time with the Olympics, USA teams, and then just sharing a lot of the same likes and values and having kids and family and different things like that.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz is out there with Carter Williams, and it's Fournier in at the 3 spot. Here's Fultz. Gallinari making his last shot. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Fournier.
Evan Fournier, the rise and fire despite the contest. That's nice. Well, obviously a rough start to the career of #1 pick Markelle Fultz. The shoulder injury sort of takes away his shooting ability when the Sixers trade him away. You're rooting for this young man to get back to his game.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City. And some have said, Doris, for Fultz, not just physical issues dogging him early on.
Well, I think you have to consider, Kevin, when you are the #1 overall pick, extraordinary pressure comes with that. So now with a new team, perhaps that fresh start gives Markelle Fultz an opportunity to showcase his big-time talent.
Checked in for the Magic. Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. So it's the Thunder now. They trail by 1. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. The pass to Vucevic. They get a hand on it. Now, here's Fultz. 4 on the clock.
Guys, how about the Magic making the playoffs last year for the first time in 7 years? And think about how much qualifying did for their confidence moving forward.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son, Philip, was born in December. Then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball. I think he will." Kevin?
Well, DA is certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. And talking about that postseason, Orlando ran into a buzzsaw in Kawhi Leonard.
Well, Kawhi was fantastic, and he gave Aaron Gordon and Jonathan Isaac a glimpse into what it's like to operate at a championship level. Sometimes your opponent teaches you how to build on what you have started to begin and formulate in your own organization. The future is bright.
Gotta show more muscle to keep him off that low block.
Well, it's a couple of things here, I think, Greg. Certainly the effort, the willingness to fight, and the willingness to push him off of his comfort zone.
And he's able to get it back.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Pass to Ross. Aminu with it. Ross on the wing. Defended by Paul. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Ross.
Yeah, Terrence Ross in his comfort zone from distance. This guy has always had the eye of a sharpshooter.
Got a piece of it. Here's Paul. Bamba trying to break free. And there's another one for the Thunder.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Well, a mixed bag last year, guys, right? For the Thunder, had some stretches where they looked really strong and some stretches where they really floundered. And ultimately, they go out in the first round to the Portland Trail Blazers.
Some changes. Mike Muscala is checked in for Gallinari, and Diallo subbed in for Robertson. .121 left in the first half. Now Aminu, and it's blocked. Paul looking over the floor, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And Doris, the Thunder, number 6 seed in the West, once again can't get out of the first round.
Yeah, Kevin, that's 3 straight seasons. And you feel like they are this close to taking that next step, but things fall apart at the wrong time. What happens next?
And Orlando making a change here. Carter Williams is checked in. Now here is Augustine. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Schroeder. Ferguson's shot is good. And it's a 6-point Thunder lead.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Passes it to Ross. Now here's Carter Williams. 34 seconds left in the second quarter.
A quick, good shot here, and they can go 2 for 1.
Well, you want to make sure you maximize that first shot in this 2-for-1 situation, though. Don't take a bad one just to accomplish it.
Now, here's Bamba. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Three-pointer Augustine gets it to go from beyond the arc.
I'll tell you, seasoned veteran DJ Augustine, no stranger to having the defense draped all over him, still makes it.
And here is Paul. 2 on the clock. Count that one. Paul's got 4 this quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Thunder out in front, leading by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. Looking at the Thunder, Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I always like to see teams rely on the three. And when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens. Running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Taking a look at the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Robertson in at the small forward position.
Boy, there's big-time athleticism in the body of Markelle Fultz. Get up, young sir.
So it's the Thunder now, following the bucket by Orlando. Here's Paul. Vucevic with the block, and that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. The Magic trail by 3. Fultz with the ball. He's got 6, and the basket by Isaac. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history, and the names are endless. Who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. And this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic
just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Paul. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And the coaching carousel in Orlando for a few years has now become a point of stability.
Greg, there is no doubt Steve Clifford has done an amazing job in such a very short window of time. And that's after overcoming his own individual health concerns that forced him to take a 21-game leave of absence. What an incredible turnaround for the team and for Cliff himself.
Free throw drop for Paul.
Boy, guys, you think about the turnaround in Orlando last season. One of the big parts of that turnaround, obviously, was the great production they got out of the center position.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Doors for the Magic last year. Vucevic putting up career numbers.
Boy, Kev, he was dynamite. Averaged over 20 points a game for the first time in his career, and he combined that with 12 rebounds. Consider that came after this organization drafted a center in the lottery, Mo Bamba. So what's the future for those two?
Here's Paul. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. On the wing, Robertson. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the Magic broke a 6-season playoff drought. Nick Vucevic was the franchise's first All-Star in 7 seasons. It's been a long rebuild from the Dwight Howard era. We'll see where the team goes from here, but Kevin, they're happy to just be playing games that matter night in and night out.
All right, thank you very much, David. And here's Fultz after Gallinari made the last 3-pointer. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Ross is checked in for Isaac. Then for the Thunder, Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. And Adams has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He dishes it to Schroeder. Beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Schroeder's got 6.
Well, you can see Schroeder willing to take more and more threes. If you're going to stay in the league, you've got to make them.
Pass to Ross. Over Robertson. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Now here's Schroeder. 6 points for him. High post shot. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Well, I do like seeing Schroeder get to the mid-range because that shot's still an important one in today's NBA.
Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 6. Unloads. Again, the Thunder score.
Well, we know that Dennis Schroeder is a thirsty scorer from the position. He's always looking for ways to capitalize.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Ferguson comes in for Andre Robertson. in the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebound.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Rising fire from DJ Augustine. I love it. This guy has so much confidence in his scoring ability.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Noel. Here's Ferguson, headed by Augustine. Schroeder against Augustine. Lets it go. And there's another one for the Thunder.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things in him, but he's been unstoppable.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
It's blocked. Inside, it's stolen by Muscala. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Bamba with the block.
Well, this is one of Bamba's big-time strengths. Send it back, Mo.
A 1-2. That's good.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
Augustine against Schroeder, and it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Ferguson. He has 6 to the middle. Gallinari, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
A big-time effort for Dennis Schroeder, providing a lot of energy for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back to the action after this word. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. DJ Augustine out there with Terrence Ross. Then it's Bamba, and it's Vucevic, and it's Isaac in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. A nice shot by Gallinari.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Gallinari brings the double team. Isaac with the ball. Chris Paul covering. That's tipped. It's stolen by Muscala. Gallinari on the wing, guarded by Augustine. Ferguson, the pass to Paul. Now the pass to Ferguson. Shoots over Isaac. Again, the Thunder score.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Locked loose. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. The shot from the low post is good. Paul's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
And it's no secret that Paul is an energetic defender, constantly swiping at the ball and ripping away steals.
Bamba kicks to Ross. Here's Isaac. Pass to Augustine. And Paul over to help. 5 on the clock. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Nice shot there by Bamba.
I'll tell you, the next step for Mo Bamba will be more muscle, but he finishes through contact right there.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And you look at this Magic roster, so much potential.
I think, Greg, they have done a great job of drafting to the style of play they want to play. Guys who want to get after it on the defensive end. Guys who can switch and slide on the perimeter. Guys who can protect the rim. That is the backbone of this organization.
Checking in for Mohamed Bamba. Fournier comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Fultz in for Augustine. And then for Oklahoma City, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Andre Robertson comes in for Muscala. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Ferguson. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Fultz.
Well, Mr. Fultz more than happy to fire away from range. Pretty shot, Markelle.
Back to Paul. Fultz with the ball. Chris Paul covering. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Now here's Isaac. Outside Fournier. 6 on the shot clock. Orlando moving the ball around. Oh, Vucevic in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Wow, Vucevic with the big-time delivery. The Montenegrin says, that's my shot.
Here's Paul. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Back to Vucevic. Shoots over Adams. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Vucevic.
Well, this is about the stellar interior game of Nikola Vucevic. Defender in his grill, no problem.
Adams in the high post. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. And here we go. Fultz heading to the basket. And finished off by Fultz.
Markelle Fultz under duress. Big-time shot.
The Thunder leading by 3. Ball outside. With the block.
Boy, when Vucevic is in that area, he's capable of sending it back.
Fultz the pass to Vucevic. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And it's now only a 1-point Thunder lead. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're up by 1. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. Jordan Player of the game, Dennis Schroeder.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
1:02 left here in the fourth quarter. Ball outside. He kicks it to Gallinari. And Gordon over to help. Gallinari finds Robertson. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. Back to Gordon. It's Fournier on the wing. To tie it up. No good. Shot missing. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And the future Hall of Famer continues to get it done. Paul is a special point guard who just wants to win.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They trail by 5. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Gordon dishes to Fultz. Pass to Isaac. The tray. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
How about the young gun comfortable in the clutch? Jonathan Isaac delivering.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. gets both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game. Here's Fultz.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
Well, Greg, you've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Buries it from outside.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc. A key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection. Swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, it doesn't get much bigger than that. A perfect trip to the line to give them the critical 3-point cushion. What poise.
Misses the trade. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.